Spaza shops, but only from a perspective of illegal immigrants in our country, um, who have wiped out all the small business people in the townships who used to own these Spaza shops and replaced them. Why? Why did that happen? It happened because they come into your township, they sell cheaper goods, and then in terms of pricing, your old father's Spaza shop and a guy who come from Sudan or wherever, Somalia and so on, who's owning a Spaza shop in the township cannot compete with Mkhize, who for years owned a Spaza shop in the township. Ubaba Mkhize still goes to the same wholesale, different wholesale, from where Mahmoud, they don't even call themselves that. Spaza shops ibhalwe Jola. Xa kuvela omnye umuntu. That Spaza shop that is owned by this guy cannot compete with this one. And this one is giving people iskolot. The businesses Zabantu Baguti in the local townships collapsed. And then these ones, they become stronger. Their things are cheap. And then it was discovered over time that they are expired. But which wholesale is supplying these people? And then you go to the market, but then so tikilili, the phones we can't trace when we're chasing criminals. Tikilili, tikilili, tikilili. Where is this phone? In the market, illegal stuff they are doing here in the country. As the ANC, with all of those things, we are saying, as we regulate the environment, close the Spaza shops, let everything open from fresh, and at the same time, with the same standards, regulatory framework in the country, which is what is now being implemented. So that we know that the Spaza shop in the street here, that is here, it's illegal or legal. How can the people be killed in their townships by businesses in the form of Spaza shops that they don't know whether they are legal or illegal? Our people respond to the fact that things are cheap here. And this person can give me a debt without any qualms up to 500. I pay him month end. But these things are cheap. Mkhize uyadura. I'm no longer going there. Eventually, Mkhize closes the shop. In my township where I come from in Botshabelo, the Spaza shops and supermarkets that were owned by black people, when I went there, right, I found that somebody else is owning them. And the shop is full. You will never find them empty. It's full. Now, that's the crisis we are facing. We are saying that let us not cry foul like as if we are not in power. We must act. Law enforcement, let the Spaza shops close down and then open them through the regulatory framework that we've got, and government must lead. Society must support on the ground this approach. Because government regulates, it must lead in that particular regard. Because we know what are the problems. We know other problems. Now, if we want our people to blame it on us, we must leave it like that. And we can't, as the ANC, allow that. We have said to our comrades in government, we need a clear report like we got it in the NEC. How far have you gone? We know now we have discovered there is a poisonous thing which is given a name I don't know. Last time you laughed at me when I couldn't pronounce it. I don't want to pronounce it again today, Mahleng. So I don't know what is it called. NICD, through Mutwaledi, have pronounced in terms of what is this poisonous substance that has been found. And people have been arrested. That is most welcome. But our people are able to show us that I ate this tin stuff and it has actually expired in a Spaza shop, this and that. We see these things on social media. The task of government is to act and provide leadership. From now on, we will need answers. We will need answers in relation to why are we unable to act and give direction on Spaza shops. Let's give direction like we did with COVID-19, we did with every time. When people were dying here with COVID, whether you like it or not, we introduced regulations and were able to minimize the scourge of death among our communities. And that is it. We introduced vaccines. Even till today, we're still under attack. But everybody came to appreciate. The Spaza shops must go that direction. It doesn't start now. 2019, we had this problem. Yeah, in Soweto, in Naledi, people died from Spaza shops. And then it went quiet. It's back now. We can't operate like that. If we win the people and we serve the people, we don't do things because we want to win votes. We win the people because we want to demonstrate the capability of government and the state to intervene. Now, if our deployees are not moving, we must tell them that you are failing the ANC, you are failing the people of South Africa. Act and act decisively on Spaza shops. You don't need to be commanded on that particular thing. They must act. They've got the mandate. From the NEC, we debated this thing. We gave them a clear mandate. Act and act decisively. Children are dying. Yesterday or the other week, it is Katlehong. Now we must lament and complain like as if we are not in power. No. There in Ekurhuleni, we are running a local government there in Ekurhuleni. With the national government, let's descend, close these Spaza shops. Everywhere in the country, Spaza shop, nomnigas was. They must come forward. If you don't have the necessary documentation properly regulated, higher must be closed. If you are illegal, amba kai. So that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. I'm not even want to talk about the economics of Spaza shops. I don't want to talk about because we're talking about a crisis now. The economics of Spaza shops in terms of local economy and all of that, the impact this make in terms of local business and small businesses, it's another debate altogether that Stella is driving. But in relation to regulating this environment and having Spaza shops that are feeding poison literally to our people, no, we can't allow that. The ANC can't allow that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, SG. I still see a hand, so I'll have you, my brother. And there was it yourself you covered now? Okay, that's fine.